Hello and welcome to this tutorial. My name is Nzangi Muimi from QuantBuild.co.ke. In this video tutorial, we are going to discuss how to draw a bar graph in Excel. So let's get started. I have here my Excel opened, and you can see this is a list of the recent projects that I had opened in Excel, and what I want us to do is to create a new workbook, and I want the new workbook to be a blank one, not based on a template. So I'll click on this blank workbook, and then a new workbook will be created. As you can see, I have book 1 and I'm working on sheet number 1. And so what I will do is I'll create a table that shows the various members of a professional association and the exact number of each profession represented in that association. So this data will be in a table format. I will have here a profession, and this other column will be number of members. So click on that to make it fit, and the first one is I have urban planners, and these are 100. We have architects, and they are 120, and I have quantity surveyors, and these are 80. I have engineers, they are 60 in number. The next one is project managers, and these are 45. We have environmental designers, and we have engineers, they are 60. We have project managers who are 45. Our environmental designers are 25. Let's key that in. We have interior designers represented, and these are also 25. And we have most here landscape architects also, and these are 55. So if you look at this column, the text that we've written is not fitting. So what we do is we will place our cursor in here between column D and column E until it turns to a cross with the two multidirectional arrows. Then double click on that, and then you will see the column adjust its size to fit the data. And so for us to be able to have a visual representation of this data, so that when we just look at it, we can able to tell which profession has X amount of members, or which profession has more members than the other. I want us to represent this data in a bar graph. And to draw a bar graph in Excel, the first step is you have to select the range of cells that contains the data that you want to plot. So what I will do, I will click on this profession, then I will drag using the mouse to cover all that area, and after that Step number 2 is going up here to insert. And then when you click on insert, at this point you can see we have recommended charts. We have lots of charts here, as you can see. I want us to click on recommended charts for the time being. And if you can see, the first one is a very nice one. As you can see, it's a clustered bar chart. We have a column chart, we have a pie chart. If you want to see the exact list or all types of charts that we are able to create, there is this. You can click on all charts, and then you have all these types that are here. You have a column chart, you have a line graph, you have a pie chart, a bar chart, you have an area chart. All these as available, so you can be able to choose this option that is here, bar chart. Then the bar chart that we want to create is this first type. It's a clustered bar chart. Click on it and then click OK. Then you will have your bar chart placed, as you can see. So if you want to expand the view, you can just put the cursor at the corner here until it turns to that double-sided arrow. Click with your mouse, then you can be able to drag and expand the size of your bar chart. That's how to do it. And then if you look at our chart, we are able to tell, like we have, this is the bar for the planners, this is the bar for the architects, the QS, and all these other professions as in the table that we have here. So in case we change anything, in case we want to change anything here, like I say, this is going to be 110. If I change that, you will see the change being reflected down here in the graph. And so if you want to do further editing, you can click to select it, and then there is a plus button. There's a plus here which is used for adding or removing elements to the chart, such as the title, legend, grid lines, the rest. So if you click on the plus, you have elements such as axis. You can be able to activate axis titles. And if you activate title for the axis, you will get here axis title, and this you can call it as you can name it a number of members, which is in the horizontal axis, and in the vertical axis want us to have the professions as represented. So this is very easy to do. So if you want to add anything, you go back there. Let's say we want to have the specific numbers labeled for each column, which that is, we activate the data labels, and you can see for each profession, for each bar, the number is written there at the end of it. So that's how to do it. It's a very easy thing. Anything that you had is going to be represented down here. You can add a data table, or you can just deactivate it. And that's not the only thing that you can do. If you look at the option below for the chart styles, if you click on that, you see you will be able now to choose between or among all these chart styles that are available. And this depends on your choices and preferences. So let's say if this was the one that interested me most, I can choose to click on that, then it will be reflected on this other side, and that will be my chart. And one thing before we end the video, a chart and for this type of a graph, a bar graph, we are required to have as title. And if you look at up here, what I have selected, that is the title of my graph, of the bar graph. And there are some rules that you are supposed to follow, because if I have this, does not really describe what my bar graph represents. So I can type the title in as, look at this, bar graph representing, or rather showing, you can type representing or showing professional members. And if you type that, you see now you have given a precise description of what your bar graph represents. So that's not the end of it. We can be able also to change the font for everything that we have. You select that bar and then come down up here and type for your favorite font and just click, and you will see everything updating as we key in the information that we have. Now let's say you wanted to maximize the view for your bar graph. You can be able to right click on the graph, the bar graph itself, and you will be having all these options. I want you to go down up to where you have the option of move chart and select that. Then now you see you have two options. Either you can move it as an object in sheet number 1, or you can create a new sheet for that. And want us to experiment with creating a new sheet. So I'll select this option and click on OK, and there we are. We have our bar graph is represented very well in a full page, and we can be able to see all the details as plotted. So let's say I wanted to save this in PDF. I can be able to go to File, Save As. Then I'll select where I want my file to be saved. Let's say I wanted desktop, and this is the file name. And down here under Save As type, I'll click on this drop down arrow and I'll select PDF. And I want that PDF to open after I have finished publishing. Then I'll click on Save, and it's going to be saved. And after saving, it's going to open in a PDF. And if you look closely, this is what we have been able to produce. I think it's awesome. It's a very nice one. Okay, that's not the only thing we can do with the Excel bar graphs, or rather Excel charts. Let's say we are working on a project and we have information typed in Microsoft Word, and we want to have this bar graph as part of this Word document that we have been typing. So the thing you can do is you can be able to copy this to Microsoft Word. So just right click and select this option, copy, and then go to your Word document. Down here you can be able to right click also and choose whether you want to or you want to paste it as it was in Excel. You want to keep source formatting or whatever. These are the options for pasting that are available, and the best for me is I will choose, I want to use this one, keep source formatting and data link. And what this does is, if I change anything in Excel, let's say I went here under sheet number 1, and I changed the number of landscape architects to 200. What happens is, if I go back to my chart, I'll look at this graph and it has changed. So that change is going to be reflected in my Word document, because I have linked the data between Word and Excel. So let's go and check it out. And that's it. If you look at it, we have not come back and made any change in Word, but you can see we have 200 as we've keyed in Excel, reflected back here in Word. I think with that small explanation, you are able to create any type of a bar graph using any type of data. And thank you for watching this video. I hope it has been helpful to you. Please consider subscribing to my YouTube channel. I make such types of videos about Excel. I also make videos about Bluebeam. I make videos about ArchiCAD. So if you're interested in all this, make sure to subscribe, and I'll see you in the next video. Cheers.